The porch lights were still glowing a soft orange when Ripa announced, with a mixture of bemusement and exasperation, that she had received a complaint from an adult woman, yes, an adult, who arrived at her New York City residence around 8:30 p.m. on Halloween and found the candy bowl empty. Candy bars had once again vanished faster than anticipated. "We ran out of candy twice, and had to reorder on the fly," Kelly told her husband and co-host Mark Consuelos on the morning show. And though she'd braced herself for picky trick-or-treaters, kids asking, "I don't like this, can I have that?" the audacity of an adult lodging a formal-sounding complaint took her by surprise. "What time did you come by?" Kelly asked the woman. "Around 8:30, came the reply." Kelly delivered her verdict. "No, it's over then. You'll have to come earlier next year." The live audience chuckled, but you could sense the underlying point. Halloween trick-or-treating has limits, regardless of desire or entitlement. But beneath the surface of this humorous anecdote lies a richer thread about expectations, hospitality, and adulting, or the refusal thereof. Halloween is often framed as a children's rite of passage. The night when grown-ups decorate, stock candy, hand out treats, and kids dash off in their capes and masks. Yet here we have a grown woman, apparently expecting candy at any time and lodging an informal grievance when the supply ran out. What does that say? First, hospitality fatigue meets high-stakes trick-or-treating. Kelly has openly noted her frustration with children who complain about the candy handed out. "We give good candy, you think they'd say, 'Thank you.' But they go, 'I don't like Hershey's, can I have a Snickers bar? I want Skittles.' So when a full-blown adult complaint shows up, one might interpret it as the logical extension of the same entitlement. Second, the expiration of trick-or-treat hours. Kelly's response, "It's over then, you'll have to come earlier next year," is telling. It acknowledges that there is an arc to the evening. Houses turn off lights, candy bins get depleted. The moment ends. The woman's arrival at 8:30 p.m. suggests a misalignment of expectation. She assumed the candy would still be there, indefinitely. Kelly gently, but firmly, reminded her that the evening has its rhythm. Third, the role reversal of guest versus host. Trick-or-treaters, kids, show up. Hosts expect gratitude and manners. But when the adult upgrades from guest to informal, service provider, demanding more candy or later access, the dynamic shifts uncomfortably. Kelly's story flips the script. The host becomes the one fielding a complaint. It forces us to ask, when does fun become obligation? When does giver become servant? Is there a point where the holiday joy becomes labor and the audience becomes critic? Fourth, the comedic absurdity and the cultural moment. There's something deeply funny in the idea of a grown woman complaining about candy running out. But the humor also masks a cultural observation. In an era of perpetual access, of "I want it when I want it," traditional rituals like trick-or-treating stand out as structured. They have a start, a duration, a finish. Candy is finite. The lights go off, the novelty passes. Expecting otherwise invites comedic misfire. Imagine the scene. Kelly and Mark have stocked up, we're talking cases of candy. They've set the porch, maybe donned a costume, they're known for that, kids stream by. Bags get filled. At some point the bowl is low. They reorder. Then night deepens and the stream slows. A woman rings the doorbell at 8:30, perhaps expecting the brothers or sister she's trailed to still be getting treats. Or perhaps she's just late to the party. When she finds the candy gone, she lodges an informal grievance. Kelly's response, "Thanks for coming, but you're late to the show." It's a reminder. Even in frivolous moments, there are boundaries. On a deeper level, the anecdote is about boundaries in generosity. Kelly, implicitly and explicitly, has someone doing the parental labor. Buying candy, handing it out, coordinating kids, navigating picky consumers, both kids and maybe now adults. Yet generosity doesn't mean infinite availability. She drew the line, 8:30 is late, and the candy supply is limited. Thank you, come again. How many of us forget that boundary? We think the candy bowl is always full. That someone will always be handing it out. That the treat will always be available. The irony here. Holiday spirit thrives on fun and abundance, but also depends on limits. When the limit is breached, you get a complaint, not from a child, but from an adult. So what might Kelly learn, or remind us, from this experience? Plan for volume, but acknowledge limits. She ran out of candy twice and had to reorder. Planning helps, but still, you can't guarantee endless supply. Define expectations publicly. When she noted that the kids should come earlier next year, she framed it, next year, show up earlier or expect you might miss out. Maintain dignity in giving. She didn't scold the woman harshly, she joked, she engaged, she responded. I received it well, she said of how she handled the complaint. Recognize when a tradition is no longer just about kids. Trick-or-treating has transformed in many neighborhoods. Group visits, older kids, even adults showing up. Kelly's recurring complaints about demanding children show she's aware of this shift. In a way, the story is a microcosm of holiday chaos. Houses decked out. Candy in bulk. Kids, and neighbors, arriving. Expectations rising. And somewhere in the trough of all this, an adult expects candy and lodges a complaint. It's absurd but relatable. We've all been the guest who arrives too late, the host who runs out of supplies, the observer thinking, how did all the candy disappear so fast? Kelly's point. If you come at 8:30 p.m. expecting full service during trick-or-treating, you might be in the wrong queue. And so, next Halloween, the mental memo is, show up early. Be grateful for the candy. Don't complain if the bowl is empty. Because as Kelly teaches us, generosity has an expiration date. Even if the pretend Fright Night still has life. You'll have to come earlier next year, the host said with a smile and a raised eyebrow. Yes, Halloween candy is fun. But like all good things, it comes on schedule, with limits and a side of gratitude.